be a good show. I'm excited.
Supercross is crazy.
Oh, it was wild.
35 points.
For you?
No, that was the average.
Oh.
35 points.
You were below average, weren't you?
I was below average again.
It's a common topic.
It is. We'll get there. Hey, 0 perfect scores, though, Kobe.
Yep. That's believable.
When Tomac crashes out, perfect scores do not happen. Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another live show. This is Chase.
I'm Kobe.
RMFantasy SXperts here. I am not feeling like an SXpert right now with how my score is going. I have 81 points so far. Total, 81.
What did we just say, 135?
People have more points than I did from round 1, and I'm 3.
This is rough.
It is rough. It's a rough start to this season. But
it was fun racing.
It was. It was very good racing. But anyway, thank you for joining us live right now. I saw Futz. Can't keep him away.
Oh.
Anyway, hey, hope 101 total for Jason. I don't know.
25 points.
Put your scores down. Ooh, Jesse got 15. I got 25, but it was just a rough
season.
weekend. But the racing,
it was fun
phenomenal.
to watch, that's for sure.
All right. Well, look, if you're joining us live right now for the first time, welcome. We do the show on Mondays and Thursdays live, 12 o'clock Mountain Standard Time. Monday is our bench racing show where we just kind of go over the results, which we have up here on the table. We have the top 5 and the wild card.
Recap clips, show you the highlights.
Which there's a lot of them
20
from this weekend. Holy crap. And then current score, Turd Ferguson. Great name.
Nice.
Just crushed him with 132 points. It's actually pretty good. But, and then Thursday's show is live, and we go over stats, and we talk about the riders and help you make your picks. And what's kind of crazy is Dino and Christian Craig were the 2 top pick guys. We'll talk about that. Just the wild card. Both won off. I had Wilson. You had Nichols, though.
Last
you got it
minute,
right.
I steered everybody in the wrong direction towards Wilson.
I want to hear your thoughts on that here in just a moment. But, hey, it's round 3, which means 2 important things. First of all, we're coming up on round 4. We're going to be giving away 20 tickets right here for Tampa. So you all know the deal. Do not comment live, but comment after the show is over. Comment down below and let us know if you can make it to Tampa. So remember, the travel is not included. It's just the tickets.
Just the tickets.
But if you have a way to get to Tampa and you want some tickets, just comment down below. Tag your friends that you want to take and tell us who you think is going to be on the box for Tampa this coming weekend.
Sounds good to me. And I wish we could, but we can't be giving away 18 tickets to one person. Sorry, guys.
you can put 18 all you want, but just know, we're going to share the love.
3, 4, 5, 6, maybe. Definitely doable. So comment.
Let's see here. Here in spirit, but you're muted, says Dr. JB. He's over there building rockets while we're on just the background playing right now.
This guy, loyal.
So remember, comment down below after the show is over. And then as far as weekly prizes that are up for grabs for Tampa, let's get those up on the screen here. So first place, we got a $500 spending spree.
Some sweet spending sprees from multiple companies.
FMF doing a T-shirt hookup.
Fast House never hurts.
No, it does not.
Hookup.
Air EXT foot pegs from Fastway.
New tires, we can all use those from Bridgestone.
Rhino Power. 7th place, we got TLD casual hookup. 8th place, we got 100% throwing some sunglasses. Fly casual spending spree and a Chairbees. There you go.
New plastics never hurt. And as always, remember, this is what you're really playing for, people. Grand prizes, 3 factory or race prepped, fully race prepped KTMs. We got the 450 for first, 2 smoking, 252 stroking second, and new this year with the SX E5 electric motorcycle for the kiddos. Then we got our Stasic there in 4th. We got the Rocky Mountain, a good old spending spree there in 5th. A-Stars, we're getting all kitted up with A-Stars in 6th. Motion Pro Toolkit there in 7th. We got Fly Racing coming through with the grand prizes in 8th as well. And then we got Oakley hooking it up for our 9th place. And remember the Milestone video game prize pack in 10th.
Hey, guess who just chimed in on live chat? Aqua Terra Firma. Dude, he's back.
Did he just go into hiding
after Marv?
He's like, I'm out.
But he says Marv is almost healed up right now. It's like he knows something we don't. Says Marv's almost healed up. I don't know. Hey, don't forget, too, that the link to the Discord is in the description of this video. The Discord is where we have a chat that's going on throughout the day. On race day, that's where you submit memes. That's where Dr. JB will post stats. So that's just a really cool platform to go join and post stuff on.
If you're getting antsy and you don't want to wait for us for those lap charts and such, JB's in there pretty quick. So, yeah, he's getting our stat graphics early.
Look at this. A lot of people.
Yeah, no kidding.
Just
Beta 2
stoked
strokes
on
back.
Yeah, so it's aquatic, though. I'm stoked to see that. All right. All right. So there we have it. We went over the results here. So it's Sexton, Anderson, Roxon, Webb, Ferrandis, Nichols in the wild card. So it is now a 4-point lead for Eli Tomac over Webb and Sexton. So Webb and Sexton are tied right now. And then I'm not happy Tomac crashed.
They are.
But I'm happy to see that the points is tightening up because I want this thing to go down. I think Anderson is not done yet. I think he's got a lot to offer still. So is Kenny. Kenny's riding good.
Oh, he's doing great.
We just want to keep it within a race between 5 dudes. Like, how rad would that be? You know
that's what this weekend was.
Yeah.
Going into that last main, it was anybody's game.
I mean, as much as we love Tomac to win the title last year, I just don't want to see a rider not have to race the last round because he's already won the title.
Glad he's okay, though. But, yeah, also glad to see a little competition.
Yes, indeed. All right. Well, look, let's throw up the lap charts that we got right here. Shout out, again, credit Mr. Dr. JB.
Flatlining up top.
I know, Section rocks. But, look, I mean, did anybody, realistically, let's be honest here, folks, don't lie, who expected Kenny to actually do this good in the first 3 rounds?
Our producer, Levi,
Yeah.
he's voting for Roxon every single weekend.
We're going to get to that, Mama Holly. Yeah, I don't know. He says his health is in check, and nobody's really talking about it. Honestly, if Kenny just keeps racking up, top 5s, he's going to be in the hunt towards the end of the year.
I'm glad to see fuel in the tank. This is nice. It's sweet. Suzuki's loving it, that's for sure.
Mine is, oh my gosh, when they were showing him, why did they keep showing Kenny with trying to kick his bike over and qualifying?
It's escalating. He actually was throwing his hands in the air
he threw
this
his
time.
Hand in the air, like he was mad about it because he couldn't get the bike in neutral.
Poor
I'm just
guy.
like,
you asked for this.
Well, he's not upset about that, but it's just the whole stigma, right? He's got the Kickstarter, and then they just keep showing that qualifying. What about main 2 there, Levi? We got the second main for the 450s on there.
Yes, we do. Another
Straight barn,
yeah.
Another flatliner. But again, Kenny starting second, finishing
Good
third.
for him. It's sweet to see. Tomac had some passes, as you can see.
That's where Sexton went down. We'll talk about that.
Yep.
AC, though, man, I'm just he can hang it in there for about 8 laps, and then he's just dropping anchor after that.
Yeah, he's making improvement. Let's go that wild card a little bit. Look at the beginning. There on main 2. Yeah. Nichols was he was in last. I was sweating. I was like, why did I do this?
I didn't notice that.
Wilson was solid, like 11th, 12th, 13th.
That was the
all night.
second when you had Tomac. We'll show that. There's almost a big crash on the first start or the first turn. I wonder if Nichols just caught up in that. But that's an okay ride, but he got up to 14th.
He caught up to 14th.
Interesting.
Yeah, but I thought that it was a lost cause.
Justin Hill and Benny Bloss and Wilson and Craig.
Yep. Yeah, pretty steady.
I mean, is Craig...
There's the fluctuation.
Yeah, that's a big one. There's where Tomac went down. Look at Craig. What's up with Craig's starts?
I don't know if he's just...
You think he's just mental right now?
Yeah, just figuring it out still, because this was his best ride for sure.
Yeah, but he hasn't even come close. I mean, I don't know. Kind of surprising, and I know he's down on himself.
It's a very different bike. Very different bike from what he was on. Not just going to a 450, but manufacturers. Yeah, it's a different chassis.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy.
He's probably just figuring it out still.
I don't know. We're going to get him to call into the show here later on. So not today, but during the season. So we'll get his thoughts on the start to this season because I 100% do not believe that Christian Craig was thinking, I'm just going to, ease my way into this. I really feel like he showed up to A1 thinking like I can run with the top guys.
Until qualifying, so did I. So did we.
Yeah. So it's been a bit of a struggle. Let's go over player stats here. So average score, we talked about it, was 35.6. I am below average for the 3rd week in a row.
Heard it here first, folks.
Gosh, dang. I mean, I had Tomac to win. I don't know who didn't. He was 49% of players got at least one pick correct. 10% got the wild card, which is Nichols.
Yep.
Dean Wilson, who let everybody down, was the most picked at 28%.
He didn't let him down. He was right there.
Hey, if you don't get it, you let him down.
Okay.
I missed it by 1 spot. Christian Craig was the 2nd most picked for wild card, which is surprising. I was kind of surprised to see that many people thought that Craig was going to not just rip off at least 1 or 2 good starts. And yet he finished 1 spot away.
I was worried about that with Nichols. He's been great with starts this year.
Yeah, so walk me through that real quick. Why Nichols?
Just a feeling. It wasn't qualifying or anything, just a feeling.
You just, okay.
Just a feeling.
Throw that back up there real quick, Levi. So let's see here. What else? First place, okay, Tomac was picked to win by 70, almost 71%.
But it's understandable.
So when he went down, hopes and dreams were just landed right on that Rocky Mountain tough block.
I was in shock for many reasons, and we'll talk about it more, obviously, when we show the highlight clip. But, I mean, we haven't seen him go down like that in a long time. And, yeah.
Not, honestly, he's crashed. But, that type of crash where you're like, oh,
off
my
the bike,
gosh,
not
you're worried
over.
he's hurt.
Yeah, exactly.
That's, 2015 was, the last time.
Shoulder surgeries.
Mm-hmm. Krista said that Christian Craig has not given us a reason to believe that wouldn't happen.
It's true, though. Truth hurts.
Yeah, I am glad Tomac is all right. He's not, if anyone's wondering, he did an interview after the race, said, yeah, I'm perfectly fine, just had a miscalculation.
Bonked his head a little bit. We'll see that. But
let's see here. 11% had Webb to win. 14% had Sexton.
1.78 for Anderson.
Yeah.
Not a lot of people.
Look at his results, man. He's crashed a lot. And look, he's crashed A1, then he crashed in San Diego, and he almost threw it away.
Almost.
With Webb. Well, Webb got around him because he almost threw it away.
He almost went down.
Ken Ryden was the most picked rider. Ken Roxon was the most picked for 4th. He had 28% of the vote and 5th. So a lot of people have Kenny in that 4th and 5th range. So
I think he's going to be a more common podium pick from now on. I would expect.
At least for myself. His starts have been good. Yep. Ferrandis was 16% of players' top 5s, and 10% had him in 5th. So, okay. No perfect scores, though.
No perfect scores. I think the highest score, let's see, highest score was 115 from Ed151. He was the winner of the MSR gear kit. First place over the weekly.
I don't know if I'm pronouncing this right, but Dicina, 11. My son got 4 out of 6 picks correct, 106 points. That's a good night right there.
Get him an ice cream cone.
Yeah, all right. Well, look, let's get right into it here. Let's talk about some highlights because holy crap.
Plenty of them.
We've got a
in
long
both 250s
list.
and 450s.
Okay. McAdoo's crash.
That's qualifying, yeah. Practice.
What was the theme of hands getting ripped off handlebars? Did everybody see his Instagram post after the race?
Popeye?
The next day?
Popeye? I couldn't think of the name.
That's a good nickname for it.
Yeah.
If you go to Instagram's social media, his arm is like swellbo. Like
swellbo.
It's a skateboarding term. Why? It's kind of weird though. His hand just popped off right in the middle of the whoop section.
I don't know if it's just
right
pump.
there. I don't know. Oh goodness.
We all remember it was Daytona or
right
Atlanta.
There. Just came off.
Speedway crash where he just got scorpioned into the face of the jump.
Look, the guy's tough, but at some point, toughness ain't going to win championships.
Those green bikes are just
struggling
right now.
Let's see. And then Jet Lawrence, on a night where Jet just honestly is not riding good and choking.
Belly flop.
Of course, the same night that Jet's doing this, you have McAdoo, who almost died in the whoops, and then RJ, who is just wrecking himself everywhere.
But what we can't ignore just how smooth Jet is at crashing.
Look at that.
I mean, if he had landed into the face, that would have been like a broken collarbone.
Yeah.
So glad he's healthy too.
So then he went down again. Jet goes down. So multiple crashes from Jet.
Block,
he went around the tough block, which is kind of funny.
I don't think he got penalized. He shouldn't have. So
shouldn't.
That was just
okay. And then in 450 race 1, Barsha goes down, and there was a lot of people that crashed in the same turn. Barsha, Plessinger, Pierce Brown, Skirt.
So this start drop. What did you think about that? Dropping into this,
I thought it was cool.
I thought it was cool too.
I liked how they dropped into that first
dropping
turn.
into a bowl.
Yeah,
it was interesting.
No, I thought it was really cool.
Yep. Really different track. This was and I think the riders were feeling it too.
Sexton said he liked it.
Yeah, it was good to watch. It was
fun to busy. Watch. Had a good whoop section.
Lots of bowl turns.
It had that big rhythm lane where like the guys like Tomac and I think Tomac and Roxon were the other guys that only 2 that did it all night. That on 3 on and then 3 on to the other table or whatever.
Insane.
It's pretty wild. So Webb goes down. That was when Anderson got the best.
He helped him a little bit.
Yeah, but this ain't Anderson. Clean. That's not bad.
Okay.
Though.
Yeah. He definitely. There's contact, no doubt.
But if you're Webb there, it's like he's coming.
Yeah.
If Webb would give him just one more rut of extra, and I get Webb's trying to cut him off, but
and this is Supercross. Sometimes you gotta.
No, I know Anderson has that stigma, but I don't.
He's owning it this year, though. Not that he hasn't, but he knows what he is.
Yeah, but all right.
I like it.
250 race 2.
McAdoo.
Same corner. That's 4 crashes, and then Brown goes down.
Poor Pierce just can't catch a break.
Yeah, what did he get in the first one? I think he got second place in the first race. Yeah, and then he was up in third right there.
Yeah, that
so
corner.
Pierce was on track to podium. Okay, let's see. Jet Lawrence has another tip over in race 2. So again, these are all moments when you want him to capitalize.
Was this second 250 race the
yeah,
one
right
where
here
he
on
just
the left side?
couldn't stop?
No. It's right here. He just got, I don't know, pushed off the track. Had 3 sets of gear, though, in 3 main events.
Tonight's the night to do it.
It's like they did a full engine swap just with the gear.
Props to A-Stars. Those were awesome kits and the tribute. I love it. It was cool to see.
And then Hampshire has this crash. Again, it's kind of weird.
Bars just drop out from underneath him. It's crazy.
How does that happen, though?
Like, I mean,
is he off the back of the bike and he's just wide open and just because I didn't see any sort of harsh kick or edge that would just have your hand rip off. That's right there.
Was it just so sudden? Like, are they riding that loose? Maybe. I don't know.
It was just such a weird. Yeah, it's just a bummer though.
It stunned him hard. He was riding around slow, which I get. That was hard to watch.
And then Pierce Brown went down again in that same race right here in the whoops. He's already got a shroud almost about to come off.
Boom. Almost held on to it.
Oh gosh.
He's okay though.
Yeah. And then here's a question. So I saw these lights on Nicoletti's bike.
I didn't notice them until the recap clips, but
I didn't know what was going on.
They're hard to miss now.
So apparently this is not Club MX putting this on their bike. That's something that Feld is doing to be able to show you who the leader is when they have them on screen, which I think is cool.
Sure.
Like for somebody viewing it, sometimes you might not know exactly what's going on or who's in the lead.
I mean, they do have the poles around the track, but I think this is in addition to just make it even easier.
I don't know. I'm just wondering, though, is that physically on his bike or is that a software? Because that is following his motorcycle really, really good. I predict or I think that Feld is going to – no, I think Feld's going to start having riders put those on their bikes and then they activate them. You just probably have someone up in the booth.
Watching it back, they turned it off once he moved down. I
just don't feel like you could have it follow the bike that well and stick to that exact spot. You know what I mean? So I don't know. I thought it was cool. I didn't mind it. It was just confusing at first because they obviously didn't tell anybody what they were going to do.
Uranium triple clamps.
Unobtainium. Okay, a Volan goes down in the same corner. Okay, that makes 5 crashes in the same corner.
I think this was all the same race. Well, not all of those, but so many.
He was in second place right there. That's where AP crashed when he was in second place or trying to pass Kenny.
Volland had a much better ride this weekend.
He did.
Even though he tipped over, he had some.
It was kind of a redeeming.
Yep.
All right, let's go to 450 race 2. Oh my gosh, we have so many highlights.
It's okay.
Tomac almost goes down in the start right here.
Yeah, let's watch that a couple times because that made even Webb.
Yeah.
Like, when you've had that shock when you're riding.
That's what happened to Faulkner?
Yeah, yep, the exact same thing.
Oh, my. Oh, jeez. Kenny was up in that.
I mean, that impact and that dab when Faulkner did this, that's what I think blew his knee out originally. He said
the
that.
Dab.
Yeah, like it wasn't even the toss that really did the damage.
Well, it was weird because, like, Webb got a weird kick before. My question is, though, oh, gosh, Webb almost went down.
Yeah.
Is it that to me looks like it's riders' problem because they're trying to close down so hard. Like they're all trying to shut the door on Eli, and then you're closing in so fast, so hard that you're creating more of that funnel. You know what I mean?
I just felt like it was a weird reaction from the bike, honestly. But it's probably not helping that they're trying to shut the door. I was surprised with the start. I was thinking guys who were on the inside were going to have a much better turnout. But I don't know. The guys in the outside and in the middle were just
really
closing it off so much more.
See, Ruben says one of the Futures bikes also had the lights. Okay.
Yeah, I don't think it was on everybody's. It was just a coincidence that Phil just happened to lead.
Yeah.
Good for him.
Ooh, T. Anthony, that's a good idea. I said they should put those bikes on the lappers so when they're getting lapped, people know that that's a lapped rider that they're trying to get around.
Mm-hmm. Not for the viewers, for the riders.
Let's see here. All right, so Tomac almost goes down the start. Sexton goes down, and then Ricky Carmichael, I guess, saw this coming from a mile away because that's exactly what he said.
Ricky doesn't miss a thing. Sweeping corner feels like it helps the guys in the middle of the start. It's what it seemed like. Tell us.
Let's see
Ricky
here.
immediately saw that from a mile away.
Let's see. Plessinger goes down.
He was having a good ride too. He was on fire.
He was gonna pass Kenny, but same corner, and it's the same crash every time. It's just loose soil, and they just let's see here. What else? Ooh, Bomar from the Futures race, casing this jump.
Boom. And you pointed it out. I mean, I obviously knew something was up.
I believe.
Yeah, it makes sense. Something was up with his bike after, and Chase was speculating that it was his bars rolling back, which would make sense. Because obviously he could ride, but he just kept looking down after, and
I think they said on the broadcast that his handlebars had rolled back into his lap. And it's really hard to ride a anything when your bars are, that far down.
I'm sure there was some other things that got hit too. Holy, that was a case.
Yeah. Deegan went down. Not the debut that I think he or Star or anybody had in mind.
And I'm glad he's okay too.
Yeah.
I had a nice slide, because when you get ejected like that, it's just it can get sketchy.
I don't know. I mean, Deegan wasn't the fastest qualifier. Bomar was. He came out and got an okay start in that main, and then wasn't really picking his way through like I think a lot of people thought. So I don't know. It was just okay.
Futures was like watching the 250 LCQ.
It really was. Let's see here. All right, 250 race 3. Hampshire goes down again. Jumping through the whoops. I mean,
I just feel like Hampshire was figuring it out too. He wasn't crashing as much.
And then he goes and does this, and you feel bad for the guy. Let's see. And then Brown crashed again. We don't know where, but I believe if I count correctly, that was 3 or 4 times. Or he stalled the bike there.
I think he just stalled it.
But I don't know. Bad to worse. Poor guy.
McAdoo, I'm surprised he was racing after. Look at that. You got to watch him come out of that
full
corner.
Superman.
Yeah.
And still does the double out.
This guy.
Oh. All right. How about this one, though? The Tomac crash.
The highlight of the night for sure. Boom.
If you'd have been in my room while I was watching this, you'd have heard some profanities.
Oh, really?
More just freaked out, did Tomac just crash out of the series?
Our room was almost silent.
I didn't even care about the points.
In shock.
It was more just what? Like we were saying, the last time that something like this really happened.
It was in outdoors.
How he landed.
I mean, he's probably had some crashes that we're forgetting about in the past,
I mean,
but it has been a long time.
For how violent that was and should have been, he got away pretty scot-free.
Yes, he did, luckily.
Oh, gosh, dude.
I'm worried. Is he okay? And is he going to be able to race the rest of the season? Obviously, he can.
He's okay.
I'm just curious to see if it affects him mentally for the rest of the season, or at least the next couple of races if he holds back a little bit. I hope not, and I honestly really don't think so, but it was I don't know. I'm curious.
I think he's okay.
You think so? You don't think that stunned him a little bit?
I don't know.
Because he was pushing hard. He was pushing.
Sometimes, and this isn't necessarily a good thing, sometimes you almost if you're Tomac and you're like, man, I haven't had a good crash in a while. And then something like that happens where you have a good crash, but you're not hurt. And you kind of think got there that, there it is. Got it done.
Box.
Check that box off and you can move forward. Because in this sport at this level, you know that for every rider, it's only a matter of time before something like that's probably going to happen.
Unfortunately.
So if you're Tomac, though, maybe you just think of it as, hey, I went 6 years without one, got it out of the way, and I still came out with the 6th overall. We're fine.
If you're Hampshire, it's not per year, it's per main event.
Tomac is ready to be a dad. It is over for him. Oh, no.
He's still got plenty.
Yeah.
Can we get that back up, Levi? Do we have the other angle? Was that working out? Yeah, I want to. Some of you guys in chat were noticing too. I mean, he did bonk his head a little bit.
Look at that.
When he rolls, that was not a soft slam to the head, but he did he had a nice bench.
Yeah.
Courtesy of us.
Courtesy of Rocky Mountain. I don't know. It's such a wild the way it all happened. You remember, we'll have to find the clip. Do you remember in J-Mart, crash and qualifying, and a full flip across the rhythm lane and then landed on another tough block? We'll have to find that. That was
They're there for a reason.
Let's see here. Would Eli have been first in points if he did not crash? That last main, it was winner take all. It was Anderson, Sexton, Webb, Tomac. I think Tomac in that race he knew that he was faster than Webb.
Mm-hmm. And he had Webb for sure if he didn't crash.
Yeah, he probably gets around him, but
the other guys, I don't know.
They were going, and I honestly think that Tomac kind of forced that just because he knew the winners are in sight, so he's probably like, okay, like I can win this. But he's also probably thinking like, if I don't get around Webb now, those guys are gone. Mm-hmm. And so it's either got to make my move now or I'm just going to check up and hang out. So I think he was just really, really going for that, and it bit him a little bit. But he said that he just didn't jump as far right as he normally was just because Webb was right there, and he didn't want to jump into him. But anyway, it was kind of crazy. Oh, and Anderson, last clip, though, save of the day. Was right here when he's coming to that right-hander.
This is how Webb ultimately got past him.
Yeah.
Oh, he is just hanging on for dear life.
Yeah, saved it.
Webb says, thank you. Little style over the top of him.
Yeah, I don't know. That sand, well, I guess you can't say the sand section wasn't cool because it made RJ crash.
Yep. You didn't like it?
It
was getting gnarly. I enjoyed it.
It was, but it's just dudes were just like, it was cool. I like longer. If they're going to do a sand section, I like it when it's either like a full 180.
So it's like lanes
with the split lane. So it's like you have different options. Because the problem I have with that sand section is that it just gets one line.
It is one line.
And everyone's just taking the same line through it. Yep.
No,
so
that's for sure.
That's my only thing is like there was never any the sand didn't create any more passing opportunities.
No, you're definitely right.
Like
and they usually do if they are.
Glendale last year, that sand section, when Freeze took out Craig, like that, it makes it interesting for racing because it gives you different options there. Sand section for Daytona. Yeah, exactly. So I don't know. Like if you're going to put a sand section, I say go all out, make it like a full turn, and just load that stuff.
They'll bring them out. Those lights are stupid. A horn would be better, says my pet. You need to get Beta 2-stroke out there. He's got his horn.
Track was a goat trail. I think there's multiple lines, just the sand section was. All right. I mean, that was it. Is there any other takeaways that you're talking about? I mean, other than we now have a 4 points separate first through third.
Yeah, closer. Yeah, it tightened up the championship.
Anderson went from 20 points down to, I believe now he's like 14 or something like that or something. So he tightened that gap up, which is what everyone wanted to see.
Yeah, definitely.
So we're going into Houston this coming Saturday, where if you join us on Thursday in our live show, we are going to have a whole bunch of stats for the riders. But before we let you all go, it's meme time.
Oh, it is meme time.
Because we have some
good ones.
Dino Clinton.
This one is from Gunny.
Dude, Gunny was making them rain.
Oh, love it.
All right.
Keep them coming.
Also from Gunny.
Jason Anderson.
Yeah, do you think he got a slap on the wrist for that from his team in PR?
Slap on the wrist.
It brings attention. It gives a story to talk about.
It definitely
You know what I mean?
This is from Two Smoke J.
Two Smoke J.
That's true. When Tomac crashed,
the whole world went silent.
The whole
for just a moment.
fantasy world just had a moment of silence. All right. This is probably one of my favorites.
Yeah, agreed.
Also from Gunny.
If we had it in his voice, I just wish.
Oh, jeez. I mean,
this was another good one. This is pertaining to this weekend mainly with East Coast starting, but
oh, that's right. It's the first East. There's 3 factory 250 riders that are already out. Both pro circuit riders. They got Chris Blows to fill in. Jalik Swoll is out. And
Hammaker and Shimoda,
which I think we're going to be 2 guys that could easily win races. Star has, Star Yamaha has
most of guys.
Jordan Smith, Jeremy Martin, and I think Nick Romano.
Yeah, I think they're okay. So they're really the only fighting chance against Hunter.
Yeah, well, and you got Tom Vial, who's going to be a rookie, basically his first ever year.
Rookie.
But, I mean, your first year ever racing Supercross is kind of a wash. So I don't know. I mean, Hunter's got to be licking his chops right now, but but so does Jeremy Martin and Jordan Smith. Like it's no different for those guys.
Yeah.
Those guys are seeing the same thing that Hunter's seen. Is like, dude, this thing's wide open.
Sure. And there's no guarantees. Yeah,
no absolutely not. So I don't think it's just. Yeah, I think everyone's saying right now it's going to be the Hunter Lawrence show. But dude, hey, he has one bad race.
Nate Thrasher.
Oh, yeah, that's right. And he's won multiple races.
Yeah, thanks, guys.
So, yeah, it's not a guaranteed for Hunter. It's definitely a lot easier, but I think there's a lot of other guys on teams who are looking saying, dude, this is like, it's wide open. Let's go. So maybe it'll make for a really good series.
I'm sure we'll see a few more announcements, too, for fill-ins.
We'll see.
But people who can really compete against the top, I don't know.
Ejectus. Yeah.
Another one from Gunny.
Gunny. You should do this for a living.
Pretty much.
That one was funny.
That's how everyone felt. That was
all
me.
Of us. You watched qualifying, obviously. Did you second guess?
I Yes. Sexton was the fastest by like almost a
Almost
second.
a full second.
And when a guy's that fast, he's feeling good. I almost picked him, but just because of hey, Sexton still crashed.
No,
It's
he
not
did
like he
what
was
he does.
perfect. Like he
Yeah,
went
exactly.
down in one of the mains. Luckily, he just went 1-1 outside of those two. So
And
it
Tomac
wasn't
went
like
down.
Sexton just had this perfect night.
No.
And it was like, oh, you're foolish not to pick him. He still had a Sexton moment, which in a regular main event,
Is over.
it's
Yeah.
over. You're getting 4th or 5th place at best when that stuff happens. So it still worries me a little bit that like, hey man, like that was a triple crash. And hey, look, Eli, same thing. Like he got lucky, but it's still like little weirdo
But
moments
that's
like that.
every single weekend for Sexton as
Yeah, it's
opposed to
happened-
just the one.
yeah.
I guess 2 if you count A1.
It's
but
happened each race. Anderson, same thing, where like you have these little weirdo moments where it's like it cost you those spots, you know?
This guy's staying clean.
Yeah.
I'm feeling better and better about Roxon.
Well, like
honestly.
he said, he was more racy this weekend than he has been.
For
So.
sure.
And
Battling.
Webb is just the OG Webb.
Yeah.
I'm liking.
No,
I'm
we
liking what
got
I see.
the roster is nice.
It
Okay,
is.
back to the memes.
Yeah, we
the
got a few
memes.
more to show up here real quick. It's true though.
Main event 2 for those guys.
This is from MX Rider 93.
Thank you, MX
job.
Rider.
All right, what else we got up here?
93. He is the new Bam Bam,
Someone
and he's
did some
owning it.
serious photoshopping here.
Yeah, they went back
Who
to
was
the
that? Who was
archives.
that, Levi?
This was Kesha Makes OK Music.
Oddly specific.
Yeah.
Going back in the archives with the Rockstar jersey. Oh, this is your guy.
He is. That's probably one of my favorite. Did Tomac crash twice in 3 races? For the second time?
Well, A1 when he slid out over the table.
Oh,
over the tunnel.
yeah.
Yeah, that's what I was meaning.
Forgot about that.
So Tomac's
Maybe
not
Tomac's-
clean.
no, he's not
clean.
innocent in all
He's
this
just
mess.
super quick.
He's just fast. Okay. Been loving that.
Kickstart Kenny.
I mean,
we got to give him a
Race
break.
Day Live. Stop showing this man
No
when
kidding.
he's kickstarting his motorcycle. But
Suzuki was finally so stoked for this PR, and then
every single person when that happens is just like hand over their head, like, oh my gosh, poor
I don't
Kenny.
want to watch.
But hey,
Hey,
props
we were-
to him and Suzuki turning this thing around.
Pretty sure we made a promise that one of those guys, one of these memes, is a winner.
We're going to do it on Thursday, weren't we?
Thursday?
Yeah,
Okay.
I think we're going to announce the meme winner on Thursday, so keep them coming. That's not all of them. We're still going to look at what we get through Thursday. And, so we're doing a full set of MSR gear. Winner gets to choose a colorway. Just keep in mind, though, to win the gear, you need to contiguous United States. So that you want to point out. You got to live in the U.S. because we're shipping it to you. So you just got to live in the contiguous United States. And but other than that, yes, link to the Discord is in the description. That's where you submit the memes. That's where we're getting these from. And again, you can chat on there. That's where we put all the stats and all that stuff. So a lot of good stuff on there.
There's a lot of others that didn't make it onto the show too. So if you're just looking for entertainment,
And we're
go
probably
check
going to
it
post
out.
more. So keep them coming.
Yeah.
They are good.
The Discord, even for race night, you can hop in there. There's plenty of people active.
Dr. JB just reminded us that Justin Cooper is racing a 450 this
That
weekend.
gets me pumped.
That does get me excited.
Yep.
I mean, with Mookie
Come
and Marv
qualifying.
out, did they say that Mookie's hurt for multiple rounds?
At least multiple rounds.
What, hyperextended knee or something?
I have. It seems like they've kept it hush hush, but
Okay,
anyway.
I don't know. Yeah, I'm excited for that though. All right, so questions, comments, anything like that, make sure to leave them down below. Remember, we're giving those 20 tickets to Tampa.
Yep.
So as soon as we're done live here, comment down below who you think's going to be on the podium, and tell us how many tickets you need and who you want to take to the races with you. Kobe, anything else from this recap show?
I'm good. I'm just hoping that we've had such good racing already this year. I'm just
Been
hoping
very
it stays
good.
true, especially with East Coast starting up. It'll be nice to see some fresh names.
Some different
but,
faces
yep.
over there. Give the West Coast guys a little bit of a break.
Yep.
All right, well, look, nothing else really to talk about other than make sure to get your picks in early if you want to be up for a chance to win one of the 100 weekly prizes that we do each and every week. Plus, we got those grand prizes on the line. A little recap right here one more time. This is what is up for grabs this week for the weeklies. So get your picks in and do not change them. And as always, remember, join us live this Thursday for... happens.
For a stat show. No,
For a
it
stat
does
show.
happen. I do want to give a quick shout out to our top 3 overall right now because it's straight up impressive. 236 points is our overall leader. Punky 08.
What's 2 to 36 divided by 3?
You're
It's like
asking the wrong guy, my guy.
Gosh, dude, it's like 70 points.
12
or
it's
a little over.
112?
It's like, no, it's like, no.
No, not 112.
It'd be like in between 70 and
See,
80
you're
points.
asking the wrong
I
guy.
don't know. Dr. JB,
Yeah, Dr.
math,
JB.
78.6.
I mean, 78.6. Repeating.
All right, that is pretty freaking good to average almost 80 points in the first 3 rounds.
Shout out Dr. JB
21.
for all the graphics, all the info for the lap charts and all that. He's the man.
When do they bring the dirt into the dome in Houston? Rainy week.
Is it supposed to be?
I don't know. I mean, if the dirt's getting rained on, can make it soft and tacky. I don't know. I guess we'll see what happens. Earthquake not far from there. What? We got earthquakes going on in Houston?
Guess so.
Jeez. All right, well, look, thank you so much for joining us live today. We've had a blast. And remember, Thursday, 12 o'clock Mountain Standard Time, join us live right here, and we'll see you then.
See you then.